elevated all the way up here. Why the heck would we leave it now? Like, do you see what you got on your wrist right now? Like, you looking at the car that you like, do you see this, Benz? What are you talking about? And he said, but no, if you do not bow this next time, so they had their friendship at stake. Mind you, and then all the wealth they had at stake. They said, we just got from captivity, we got appointed. But the thing is, does all of that matter when you bow? Does all of that matter when you forget the one who even gave it to you? If they would have gave that excuse, they would have shifted the increase from God to an idol, to an earthly king. And you have to remember, it's not, no one gave you anything besides God. Mm-hmm. And so if you say, well, no, he gave it to us, we gotta do this, we gotta obey him. No, you do not. Don't let that excuse try to run rampant in your mind. You have a higher allegiance to God. He's not breathing. You're like, I ain't hurt nobody. You're hurting God. But the thing is, we go to that same God and we say, God, I need you to help me. He said, you've been hurting me.
Wow.
But we don't sit there and say that. We'll sit there and God doesn't answer prayers, or you're like, God doesn't answer me, God isn't hearing me. Well, you didn't care about God. When he said, no, I want you to come to me, I want you to draw near to me, I want us to talk. And you said, well, no, I do it when I want to. I do it when I feel like it. And so you will, but that's not a relationship. And that's not our first allegiance should be to God, right? We should be making sure that God is the center of our life, making sure that he is the focus, that God is on top of everything else, because that's what the Hebrew boys did. What we really need to understand about him is that he was not just a man. We're like, okay, well, if everybody tell you in church we should be worshiping Jesus, but if you don't know who you're worshiping, what's the point? Right? So he's saying to worship a man, there was one man that came. He was the only one fit enough to be able to die for you, because we were born into sin, right? And being born into sin, he was the one that was able to sit there and die for us because he lived a sinless life. And so he stretched out his hands, his pierced, nailed hands, and sat there and died. And then he rose again on the third day so that he can give life to me and you.
Thank you,
so it's
Lord.
not like, oh, we just want you to worship any man. We say, no, worship the only man that can sit there and give you eternal life. Because after here, there's life after.